Hello, world. I'm going to go ahead and predict the second round of the Eastern Conference, and I'm going to jump right into it. The Heat versus the Bucks. This is the first one that I'm going to debate. I hear a lot of analysts slash predictors are picking the Heat to win this. They are saying that the Heat have the tools to beat the team that has had the best record in the NBA the last 2 years. I've heard Dom2k of YouTube is saying that the Heat have the tools to stop Giannis, and the tool that he said to stop Giannis is Bam Adebayo. I do believe that the Heat can cause problems for the Bucks. I think that it will be a difficult round for the Bucks, but I still think the Bucks will win. First, let's start with Bam guarding Giannis. Um, Giannis averages 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists against the Heat. Doesn't sound like anybody can guard Giannis over there, so you have to scratch that off the list. Um, and then you have Giannis, which I believe will be the best player in the series. Although I think the key to beating the Bucks is to hit threes. A lot of them. Now the Heat has the best shooting percentage from behind the arc. They have great shooters. Duncan Robinson, which Andre Iguodala said is the best shooter he's ever seen. Come on, Andre. You know you played with Steph Curry, right? I think that's just all smoke and mirrors, to give Duncan Robinson more confidence. I ain't mad at it. But the Heat also have Tyler Hero that can definitely shoot. They have Jay Crowder, who has been shooting the ball really well, and also Gordon Dragic has been shooting the ball really well. But they have to shoot the ball from three really well against the NBA's best defense in the Bucks. And they have to do it for 4 games. I just don't think it's possible. I think the Heat match up well with everyone on the Bucks. You got Middleton, you got Butler, you got Bledsoe, you got Dragic, and the Bucks have a pretty good bench, and the Heat has a pretty good bench as well. But I think the Bucks' number one defense will show in this series, and I think the Bucks will have the best player in the series in Giannis. Those are the two reasons why I think the Bucks will win in 6. I think the Heat is a well-coached team. They do have good defense. They are scrappy, but I just don't see their offense doing well against the Bucks if they are not hitting a lot of threes. Tyler Hero, since the restart, has been averaging the most points on the Heat as a rookie. If he continues to be the Heat's best offensive player from the bench as a rookie, yeah, again, the Bucks in 6. Now let's switch gears and talk about the Raptors versus the Celtics. This will be another great series. I think that the Celtics have been playing really well, but I think the Raptors have been playing a little bit better basketball. The Raptors are well coached and they can beat you as a team. They don't have that one guy that can go get you a bucket like they did Kawhi last year. So I don't believe that they can go win another championship. I mean, they have Siakam, but you can't really rely on him to just go get you a bucket, in my opinion. But they do have the coach of the year. They have Nick Nurse. They do have a very solid bench. They have Ibaka, which I believe is a improved shooter. And we both know that he is, really good on defense. He's very tough. Also, they have Powell, who has never seen a shot that he didn't like. Now, on the other hand, the Celtics do not have a solid bench. Gordon Hayward is out. We know that for about 4 weeks. And now Marcus Smart plays as a starter, which he was their sixth man. So, who do you have coming off the bench? Do you trust Wanamaker? Nah, that ain't going to get it done. Cantor barely plays. I think he's a pretty solid big man, but he barely played. So, I think that the bench play will ultimately make the Celtics lose this series. The Toronto Raptors scored 100 bench points against the Nets. Yes, 100 bench points. That's unheard of. Now, the Celtics starting 5 is really young. They're really athletic. And they can defend. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart are two of the best wing defenders, I think, and that is definitely rubbing off on Jason Tatum. If you look at him, he is playing really good defense. And they have a Tyus, which is their big man. He can guard, and he's mobile as well. They have three players averaging 20-plus points. Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. That's so wild. So, they can score. But after that, where do you get the scoring that comes from? That's 60 points if they're just getting their average. That's not going to get it done. These three players primarily play isolation ball. They do other things, but they primarily play isolation ball to get their shot. The Raptors play good enough defense to stop it, I believe. You got OG Anunoby who can, you know, um, play with anybody. I think he can guard anybody. The Raptors play good enough defense. This one I think will go in 7. And I'm picking the Raptors because I think that the Raptors bench will ultimately win this for them.